You're watching 12 on Health. Do you find yourself on the go every minute and stressed out? It's kind of a way of life for many of us, but experts say it is in our hands to halt the stress and cultivate a more peaceful life. This book, One Moment Meditation, Stillness for People on the Go, was written to teach people stress relief. And we have the author, Martin Boroson, here now. Martin has an MBA from Yale School of Management. He's also a psychotherapist and has an extensive background in Zen meditation. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Gillian.
What a combination pack you are. I mean, the School of Management, I would think, is where you learn stress.
You learn a lot of stress and in some ways a lot of fear about providing for your future and really being on top of your game.
Yeah. So what got you interested in turning things around on that?
Well, it actually started before then. A better question is what got me interested in management.
Yeah, why on earth did you go to school for management?
Well, I'm interested in balancing the practical and what we think of as the spiritual, and I've been trying to do that my whole life. So I believe that spiritual techniques that we sometimes think of as esoteric can be really useful in our lives. So I want to try to do both.
That's interesting. Well, first of all, there's a study out that talks about the most stressful occupations, because most people say, oh, my job is so stressful. And what are the jobs that are most stressful?
Well, I hear that newscaster is one of them.
I know, right? I could have told you that.
Yeah.
But what else?
I think airplane pilots came out high.
Oh, that's right, airplane pilots.
But the focus for me is not just so much on those jobs, because I think it's 70% of people say that stress is a major problem for them and it comes from work. So it's not just those jobs, it's something's going on in the workplaces. And so we need to look at it as a workplace issue. But I think we have individual responsibility too, because we all know some people who are peaceful no matter what the stressful situation.
Chaos, yes.
And they're the people who are able to help, they're the people who are able to not pick up the stress. So there are some things we can do about our own stress levels no matter what the situation.
Good point. You talk about stresscalation.
That's right.
I love this word, if I could only say it.
Stresscalation is the word I coined to describe the way we can get stressed for whatever reason. And then without meaning to, we pass the stress onto other people. Now, it might be because we have a rage attack, or it might be because we don't look where we're going. It might be because we do bad work that causes mistakes down the line. It might be just that we're rude, or we're abrupt with our children, or that we just don't listen to people. So, stuff happens to us. It doesn't really matter whether it's our fault or their fault or what caused it. Once the stress has lodged in us, I believe it's our responsibility not to pass it on. So my new motto is don't dump onto others what was just dumped onto you.
That's a good point. I think sometimes too, you want to be there for friends and coworkers if they need to vent, but it's hard to listen to someone vent and then not take on that stress level.
That's right. That's why I think meditation is so helpful, because first of all, you practice finding a peaceful, centered place within yourself. So you're a bit less likely to take on other people's stress. Then the next way it helps is if you do get stressed, you're more likely to notice that you're stressed and be able to do something about it. And then finally, when you do get stressed, you have a way, it's like you found a place of peacefulness within you. So it's in your pocket, do you know what I mean? And you can take it out when you need it. So when you do get stressed, you can just return to that place of peacefulness, and you can do it very quickly.
Can you do it without going to some yoga class or other seminar?
I'm a big fan of long meditation and meditation retreats, but the reality is most people will not spend a half an hour a day meditating or going off to a month-long retreat. And we think of meditation from all of these teachers who have great teachings, but they spent 10, 20, 30, 40 years on top of a mountain.
Right.
So we have this idea, it takes a long time and we have to go somewhere else to do it. And I really am here to say, it doesn't take a long time. You can turn down the volume of the stress in your mind with just a minute or even a moment of meditation. And you can do that all throughout the day.
Literally at your desk or in your car, or do you need to go somewhere?
Well, I think that doing it while you're driving is an advanced technique. I don't recommend it to start with. But pretty much everywhere else. I teach people how to, grab a moment when they're in a boring meeting, or when they're waiting for a download, or when they're stuck online, or when they're on the train. In fact, all of these wasted moments, and we always get annoyed about them. We say
Right.
time is being wasted. When you know how to meditate quickly, and you can meditate anywhere, then suddenly all these wasted moments become gifts, because you can say, wow, I can grab a moment of meditation here. The universe has stopped me in my tracks, given me some time where I have nothing to do, and if I can just resist the urge to take out my phone and do just a tiny bit of meditation, then it's like I can reset my browser,
Interesting.
for the next moment and put myself in a better position.
And this plays into your national moment of stillness, which
Right.
makes me laugh. He actually got people stopping what they were doing. Where was this?
This was in Ireland. It was a national radio program, and we announced a national moment of stillness. We gave people plenty of notice, so at 3 p.m. they were all they could stop driving or stop working. I had to convince the producers to go to 30 seconds of total silence on radio.
Dead air to us.
We didn't play music, and we just got the whole country together to be silent for 30 seconds together.
Amazing. I just love it. Well, you teach us how in this book. It's phenomenal. 1 moment meditation. Thank you so much for being here. Short break here, but stay with us. We will have more information on medical advances and your wellness in just a moment.